Just testing audio. Hopefully this works. Okay, welcome to Feeecad. This is your quick, like however long it takes, tutorial on how to make a tournament tray. I just made one the other day for Marvel. So we are going to start by, it is not capturing my mouse. Let me change something real quick. Oh, it should be. Okay. So we're just going to start with a new project, as usual, any program. So we need something to start from. We are always starting in Part Designer. We need to make a part to modify first, which is going to be started from a 2D sketch. You can start on a plane, X, Y space. That's your basic horizontal. Because it's a tournament tray, we are going to make a square. You can pick any option for making a square. I like centered because it makes everything from the center of geography. If you click on a node point, any dot, it'll like hone to that location, so this will be at 0, 0. And now you're making a square. So let's make this a let's say 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter square, which will be 400. If you hit tab, it'll go to the next entry point available. And that's our square. That'll be our maximum dimensions that we are using. So we're going to close out of that sketch, zoom out. You can rotate views here or whatever. If you want to change the input, CAD just keeps it straight. Blender, you can rotate more easily if you click and hold the mouse button. For this, you can probably just stay in CAD. So now we have a 2D sketch. It's just a square. We need to turn this into a 3D block. So we are going to pad it, which will, as you can see, the default makes it 10 millimeters thick. For this, let's make it, because we need it thick enough for a base to be inset into it. Excuse me. So let's go. A normal War Machine base is, I just got one sitting here, about 5 millimeters. But if you want them tiered, add like 2 millimeters per tier. So let's go with 10 will actually probably be fine. Let's go with 10. So now we've got this block. And what we need to do now is we need to modify it to make those holes into it. So we are just going to select the face that we want to draw upon further. We are going to create a sketch on this face. And now we can draw circles wherever we want. Let's say we want our big 120 in the middle as our showpiece. We don't want to make it 120 exactly, because then it will rub, it'll buff, whatever. So let's make it slightly bigger and make it 120. We're not worrying about it being super tight either, so let's make it 123. Give us 3 mils wiggle room. Okay, let's put our heavies in the back. Let's make this again 50. Whoops, that's wrong. So you have two options here. You can either delete it if you do that, or if your dimensioning marker, that's what these numbers here are still on screen. If you want to mess with them, oops, I want 53. You can double click it and it'll bring up the insert diameter and it'll fix. If you want, and then you can just go through, draw everything that you want normally, putting them willy-nilly wherever you want. Let's get a warhog in here or something. You can right-click to deselect any tool. If you want them properly spaced, you can select the line or object that you want, or multiples of them by clicking and dragging. You'll see that they slightly change color. I want just this one, and I want to create copies of it going across the top. So let's go here, which is the move an array. Copying them is creating an array. Now we want to select our movement reference point, which will be the node in the center. You can then, even with this selected, it's going to do weird shit. You can come over here and you can create the copies. Let's say that we need, I don't think that we're going to fit a bunch in here. Let's say 7 heavies, and it'll automatically update that drawing. We definitely can't fit 7 heavies back here. Let's go back here, update it to 6, and you can either manually do this distance or you can calculate it. If you hit tab, like I said, you go to the next entry point. You can set that to 0, which will give you, and now you can move your mouse up and down without it affecting that. And then you can just like play with it a bit, and that'll probably be fine. And then go through, insert everything that you need, and then close your sketch. Now, since we need to make these into pockets, like holes into the material, we're then be highlighting, selecting the sketch, and then we're going to pocket them. How far deep do they need to be? Because we are going to multi-dimension this, let's make this only 4 mil. Because you want them to stand just a little bit proud. But 4 mil will be a deep enough dimension. And then what you can do is, and that's your first layer. If you just want basic 1 layer custom, that's fine. You can leave it there. If you want to do your inserts so that they are multi-use, you can then click into one of the areas. It'll do that. And then create a new sketch. And then let's zoom in a little bit and put another 50 here, which will be 53. If you notice, it is outside that sketch area. That is fine. We are just going to drag it in. And then if you want them to be arrayed around a point, it's going to be similar to the creating copies in a row, except this is a polar array and transform, which is this one. So again, you are going to, let's set our copies here. We know that only 3 are going to, that's going to create 4, but we only want 2 copies. We are going to select our middle rotation point to start, which I'm going to make it the center of this. We are then going to select our end rotation point. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It'll select that, and we can slide out our circles. You can do the math on the degrees, whatever, or you can just fudge it a bit. And now we have a sketch with those 3. Say we want to insert one into this, though, and if you notice we have no node point, it's not on the center node, it's not anything. This great external geometry will allow you to select any part of the object that's already there and get geometry from it, and then we can do this and do 53. Close. And now you can pocket within your pocket 4 mil down. And then again, excuse me, if you notice, the first three were inside of this 80 mil, or this 120, and that was the only area that we had selected. It'll affect the rest of the object still at the height that it is. So it's still affected over here, even though this was the only part of the drawing that was selected before to be sketched upon. And then you can do this, and now we don't have the center geometry just like before. We can go through and select external geometry for those, and then do, let's say that we just want some small bases to fit inside there instead. Close, and then we're gonna pocket again, 4 mil, and you see we didn't compensate for the depth. That's fine, whatever. If you need to, this might screw up things, but let's see if we can just manually change this to, let's say, 15 mil. Yep. And you can just do that, or you can, like, delete the pockets. It'll say that it'll affect it. Doesn't really matter. Delete the pockets, delete the pad even, and then you can see all your layers of sketch. They are at different heights, and then you can just pad it back to, let's do 20 even. Pocket. So this might screw up, and you might need to copy and paste it into a new sketch. That's fine. You can also do custom direction, or custom direction wouldn't be good here. Let's do 2 dimensions, and that'll push it up and down. So this 6 mil is how far down, this 6 mil is, or 5 mil is how far up. So we can push it, and you can see how, in real time, as long as you have update view, how it's happening. So okay, and then I just undid all the deletes. So now that we've got this, you want to select the final action in the body, whatever it is, and you can either go to, should be File, Export, and you can see some of the stuff that I've been working on recently. Oh, you can't. Good. And then you just want to save it as STL mesh. It'll show the extension .stl, and then you can bring the entire thing into something like Orca Slicer, or whatever slicer you use, and subdivide it there, so that you know exactly what sizes and dimensions you have on your print plate. And that should be the entire tutorial.